If it wasn't obvious from my 5-part Dragon Ball Z video game retrospective series, I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, and I haven't bought a new Dragon Ball Z game since Attack of the Saiyans, but something about Dragon Ball Xenoverse made me pick it up. And it's not a fantastic game, but I'm really glad I bought it. Dragon Ball Xenoverse's biggest draw is the fact that you can create your own character. You can pick from 5 different races with different stats and a hefty amount of customization options. You then use this character to assist future Trunks, as something is messing with the timeline. You play key moments throughout the Dragon Ball Z history, assisting iconic characters to set history right. And it's not a great story by any means, but I gotta say, it's such a breath of fresh air. We can only play through the Saiyan and Frieza and whatever sagas so many times, and for once, this game alters them enough to make them more enjoyable. Plus, let's be honest, the novelty of having your own dream Dragon Ball Z original character helping your favorites is pretty cool. The battle system allows for up to 6-player fights, such as 3 vs 3, 2 on 2, or 5 on 1 in certain story cases. It plays a lot like the previous DBZ game, Battle of Z. You can mix light and heavy melee attacks with a group of special moves, evasive maneuvers, and ultimate attacks. It's overall very basic. It's nowhere near as deep as other Dragon Ball games or even other fighting games, but it's still flashy and fun. You can pull off some cool strings, and there are a few times where I feel like I came up with my own combos. Using quick speed to get behind your opponent, offensively or defensively to continue attacks is fun. And that's the big thing here. The combat system is simple, but I continuously had fun with it. And Xenoverse really isn't so much a fighting game as it is an RPG. Aside from creating your own character, you gain experience points and you level up, allowing you to assign points to different stats to boost your character and fine-tune them to play how you want them to. You can also choose all of your own special attacks collected from the series, and it's awesome! You can be a Namekian shooting Kamehamehas if you want, or an Earthling using only Saiyan attacks. And your character really does feel like your own. You feel this even more once you begin exploring the different equipable items, which change your look and alter your stats. In addition to the story stuff, there are parallel quests. Each parallel quest has a list of rewards that you get, from additional attacks to new pieces of equipment. Now, these rewards are completely random drops, meaning you may not get what you want even if you accomplish the additional objectives, so you may have to grind the same mission over and over. I personally didn't mind this so much, as it reminded me of an MMORPG, or Destiny if you've played that. When you do get the item that you want, it feels extra rewarding, and trying to get the best rank as possible is kind of enticing. Further making Xenoverse feel like an MMORPG is the fact that you can connect to its online servers and run around the base city and see dozens of other players doing the same. You can see their unique created characters, usually with not so unique names, and use a simple chat system to team up or battle. And what may be the best part is that all of the parallel quests can be played cooperatively with friends, strangers, or computer teammates. The most fun that I had was trying to get my friends and myself the rewards that we wanted in parallel quests. And we were able to do some cool team-based attacks by timing our moves together. What's not fun is actually trying to connect online right now. The game has been out for a little bit, and the servers are in rough shape. Connecting is a struggle, and when you do, you frequently get booted back to the title screen of the game. This can even happen in single player, as the game tries to connect to its servers to update leaderboards or fill your city with NPC versions of player-created characters. Now, to be fair, they've been doing a lot of server maintenance, and it has improved significantly, but it's still not the most stable. This is an even bigger problem when it comes to doing versus matches. Connection issues were constant, making it difficult to fight with precision when other players are jumping all over the place, or you're getting hit by nothing. The versus mode can be fun, but it's better when you're playing on the same screen or fighting against a single other player. Another big issue is the hub city itself, as the entire game is centered around it, whether you like it or not. Even something as simple as wanting to play versus mode against someone else on the couch next to you means having to select your character, enter the hub city, and then run over to the offline battle desk. The same goes for online battles, or the parallel quests, or story, or whatever. It's a bit cumbersome when you just want to do a quick versus match or a quick mission. There are other interface issues too. There are skill, clothes, and accessory shops located in the hub city, but you cannot preview the item that you're buying. It means having to spend your money on it and hoping you like how it looks. Some pieces of equipment also state that they improve other attacks, such as by saying it improves all of Piccolo or Vegeta related skills, but the game doesn't clearly designate what their moves are. It relies purely on your knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, and with a huge list of obtainable moves, that's not clear enough. Another big annoyance is that you can't have more than one created character until you beat the game. This game ends up being the most unique Dragon Ball Z game in a long time, but it's not without its issues. I really like the MMORPG aspects, leveling up, getting rare drops, and playing as my created character. The take on the familiar story without being a complete rehash is a nice touch too. And the combat is fun, but it certainly isn't very deep. The online ideas are neat, but they obviously have a few problems right now. And there's a ton of interface issues. But I like it, and I'm glad I bought it. Dragon Ball Xenoverse earns a 6 out of 10. I would make this a higher score, but it's the technical and interface issues that's holding it back. If anything, this game is good enough that I would want to see a sequel to it with more. More character options, more moves, a co-op story mode, just more. And if anything, this Dragon Ball game does the one thing that every Dragon Ball Z fan has always wanted to do. To put ourselves into the Dragon Ball universe and make all of our fanfictions come true.